Hey guys, coming to you from Mumbai, India. We are waiting for our son to be put under for the main part of his stem cell therapy here in India. So I wanted to talk about some comments that I received on a video. It was a compilation of videos of Oscar prior to his regressive autism. I have a ton of comments in there if you want to read them. A lot of people have their own theories. The one thing that I wanted to address was that some people are like, especially stuff regarding wellness checks, because for us, we think that there was a factor with those. We followed everything, everything a doctor told us, we totally believed, we never questioned it. And now it's almost too late for us. I don't think that's common. I think that's a rarity. But that's also why there are statistics as to who is injured by those things that go in your arms and legs. Anyways, hopefully you can read between the lines, but I want to talk about autism as well. And autism is a heterogeneous condition. That means that there are a bunch of different root causes. No case is exactly the same between autistic individuals, or we would have a lot more options for one, knowing what causes it, two, we would just know a lot more, and also probably how to treat it. Anyway, so for our son, just with the time frame and the time period, and as thousands of comments in that video explain, they had similar stories to our son. Anyways, with autism being such a blanket term, I do not think that kids where their parents distinctly could see a difference, or they never got their kid to talk or anything. I do not think he is the same as those kids. I'm not trying to fix anyone's quirks or anything. I really just want him to be able to function in life. So essentially for us, we saw our child, he could smile, give eye contact, he could say 20 to 30 words. He could even put words together and mimic really well. He was only 22 months when it happened, so obviously he couldn't speak in full sentences yet, but he could do a lot of things. He could, you could show him something and he could copy it, and that's something that we still do at therapy, where it's okay, I placed this block in here and then I pulled it out. Can you do it? He can't do any of the things that he could all the way up until honestly, he is cognitively at a 12-month-old level. He's now 3.5, so obviously there is concern there. Anyways, at 22 months, he woke up completely mute, and then his cognitive function and behavior completely diminished. And so for us, seeing that, it was almost as if, and a lot of people have ideas PANDAS, which is pediatric acute, some sort of autoimmune issue or something like that. Scarlet fever, all these different things. People have their own ideas. All of them kind of come down to the simple fact that almost as if it's a brain injury or inflammation in the brain. And we totally believe that, because it's almost like watching a traumatic brain injury. In our son, it was almost he could do it one day, and then as if he got injured and could not do it the next day, just could not. It did not make sense. The neural pathway, it was completely broken, not there. Anyway, so we're here seeking stem cell therapy to try and repair that, those neurological pathways. The goal then... Sorry, like I said, we were waiting for Oscar to go get put under, so I thought someone was knocking, but it was just in my head. Anyway, so continuing on with that, all in all, we just want to try and fix those neurological pathways. So obviously, doing this stem cell therapy isn't just going to magically make him remember how to do everything. It's similar to, like I said, a traumatic brain injury. So what we want to do is we want to try and heal the brain the best that we can. Stem cell therapy is something that they treat stroke patients, traumatic brain injury patients with, and then you send them to therapies to then progress and be able to rebuild those neurological pathways. He may have some muscle memory. Yes, it's an organ, but he might have some memory and be able to connect the dots quicker in some ways, some different areas, of development. So that is also a hope. Obviously, he was able to say words and a few of them together, and he was able to give eye contact, that kind of stuff. He knew that was what he was was appropriate. So we're hoping that with this therapy, yes, those come back quicker, but obviously we won't know until a little bit of time. The doctor did say that we should know most of the changes within about 6 weeks. We should be able to see them. A few changes. So let's say he remembers how to say words, right? Certain words, or he's able to label things on his own. The next thing that we might see after that 6-week mark might be that he actually puts them together. So he might actually be able to form a sentence by the 6-month mark, which is the final mark where they're everything that's happened is permanent as long as he's not re-triggered by whatever it was that triggered him in the first place. But yeah, cool.